Ummah Muslim community. Ummah is an Arabic word meaning community. It is distinguished from Shaʻb, which means a nation with common ancestry or geography. Thus, it can be said to be a supra-national community with a common history. It is a synonym for ummat, al-Islām, the Islamic community, and it is commonly used to mean the collective community of Islamic peoples. In the Quran, the Ummah typically refers to a single group that shares common religious beliefs, specifically those that are the objects of a divine plan of salvation. In the context of pan-Islamism and politics, the word Ummah can be used to mean the concept of a commonwealth of the believers, ummat al-mu'minīn. General usage. The word Ummah, place, umam, means nation in Arabic. For example, the Arabic term for the United Nations in Al-Umam Al-Mutahedah and the term Al-Ummah Al-Arabeyah is used to refer to the Arabic nation. The word Ummah differs from the concept of a country or people. In its greater context, it is used to describe a larger group of people. For example, in Arabic the word Shaʻb, people, would be used to describe the citizens of Turkey. However, the term Ummah is used to describe the Turkic nation as a whole, which includes Turkey, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and other countries and ethnic groups in Central Asia. Islamic usage and origin. The phrase Ummah Wahida in the Quran, one nation, refers to all the Islamic world as it existed at the time. The Quran says, "You, Muslims, are the best nation brought out for mankind, commanding what is righteous, ma'ruf, lit. Recognized as good, and forbidding what is wrong, munkar, lit. Recognized as evil." The usage is further clarified by the Constitution of Medina, an early document said to have been negotiated by Muhammad in CE 622 with the leading clans of Medina, which explicitly refers to Jewish, Christians and pagan citizens of Medina as members of the Ummah. Emergence of the Ummah. At the time of Muhammad, before the conception of the Ummah, Arab communities were typically governed by kinship. In other words, the political ideology of the Arabs centered around tribal affiliations and blood relational ties. In the midst of a tribal society, the religion of Islam emerged, and along with it the concept of the Ummah. The Ummah emerged according to the idea that a messenger or prophet has been sent to a community. But unlike earlier messengers who had been sent to various communities in the past, as can be found among the prophets in the Old Testament, Muhammad had been given the task to develop a universal Ummah, and not only for the Arabs. Muhammad's purpose as messenger to them was to transmit a divine message and lead the Islamic community to salvation. Opening square bracket. 1. Since Muhammad is the messenger for the Ummah, it indicates there is a divine message, which further implies that God is directing the life affairs of the Ummah. Accordingly, the purpose of the Ummah was to be based on religion, following the commands of God, rather than kinship. Usage of Ummah in the Quran. There are a total of 62 instances that the term Ummah is mentioned in the Quran. The use of Ummah in the Quran almost always refers to ethical, linguistic, or religious bodies of people who are subject to the divine plan of salvation. The meaning of the term Ummah in the Quran appears to transform throughout the chronology of the Quran. When it is first used in the Quran, it is hardly distinguishable from the term Qawm, which can be translated to people. The Quran recognizes that each Ummah has a messenger that has been sent to relay a divine message to the community, and that all Ummahs await God's ultimate judgment. Although the meaning of the Ummah begins simply with a general application of the word, it gradually develops to reference a general religious community and then evolves to specifically refer to the Muslim community. Before it refers exclusively to Muslims, the Ummah encompasses Jewish and Christian communities as one with the Muslims and refers to them as the people of the book. This is supplemented by the Constitution of Medina, which declares all members of the Ummah, regardless of religion, to be of one Ummah. In these passages of the Quran, Ummah may be referring to a unity of mankind through the shared beliefs of the monotheistic religions. However, then he points out that the most recent Ummah that receives a messenger from God is the Arab Ummah. As the Muslims became stronger during the residence in Medina, the Arab Ummah narrowed into an Ummah exclusively for Muslims. This is evidenced by the resacralization of the Kaaba and Muhammad's command to take a pilgrimage to Mecca, along with a redirection of prayer from Jerusalem to Mecca. The period in which the term Ummah is used most often is within the third Meccan period, followed by the Medinian period. The extensive use of the term during these two time periods indicates that Muhammad was beginning to arrive at the concept of the Ummah to specify the genuine Muslim community. Furthermore, the early Meccan passages generally equate Ummah as religion, whereas in the Medinan period the passages of the Quran refer more specifically to the relation of the Ummah and religion. The final passage that refers to Ummah in the Quran refers to the Muslims as the best community, and accordingly led to Ummah as an exclusive reference to Islam. A verse in the Quran also mentions the Ummah in the context of all of the messengers, that this Ummah, nation, of theirs is one Ummah, and that God is the Lord entirely. O messengers, eat from the good foods and work righteousness. Indeed, I, of what you do, am knowing. And indeed this, your Ummah, nation, is one Ummah, nation. And I am your Lord, so fear me. Single quote opening square bracket. Quran, Surah Al-Mu'minīn. The Believers. Opening parenthesis. 23. 51-52. Closing square bracket. After the Muslim takeover of Mecca, membership in the Ummah required a commitment to Islam. This happened as a result of Islam beginning to distinguish itself not just from paganism but also Judaism and Christianity by emphasizing a model of community based on Abraham. The membership of the Ummah was now based on two main principles. The first is to worship God alone, and secondly, in order to worship God properly one must be in a guided community. The essentials of the new society were the new relations between human beings and God and between human beings and one another. The society was held together by the Prophet. Feuding among Muslim clans was forbidden. Muhammad's community was designed to transform the world itself through action in the world.